Welcome back to Dark Case Stories, your destination for chilling true crime stories that delve into the darkest corners of human nature. From unsolved mysteries to notorious serial killers, we explore real-life cases that shock, terrify, and leave you questioning everything. With in-depth research, compelling storytelling, and haunting details, each video will take you deep into the minds of criminals and the stories of their victims. Today, our story lies in the southern part of Maguindano, where the deadliest election-related violence in the history of the Philippines.
Maguindanao, tanging ikaw, ang pugad ng kagitingan, nagsisilbing gamay ng lang nitong lupang tinubuan, unti-unting namamalas ang lipunang papaunlad, hirap ay di nababakas, pag-asa Maguindanao, tanging ikaw, ang pugad ng kagitingan, nagsisilbing gabay tanglang nitong lupang tinubuan.
On November 23rd, 2009, a convoy of journalists, lawyers, and civilians was ambushed and murdered in what would become known as the Maguindano Massacre, the deadliest election-related violence in the history of the Philippines. The brutal killings shocked the nation and the world, exposing the dark intersection of political power and violence. Today, we take a closer look at this horrific event, the culture of impunity that allowed it to happen, and the fight for justice that followed. Join us as we uncover the layers of political corruption, the flawed justice system, and the beauty of Maguindano, a place scarred by history but resilient in its spirit. Maguindano, a province in the southern Philippines, is a land of stunning beauty filled with rolling hills, untouched beaches, and a rich cultural heritage. The province is predominantly Muslim, and the people are known for their deep faith and community spirit. However, beneath the scenic landscapes lies a history of violence, political power struggles, and clan rivalries that have long plagued the region. The Maguindano Massacre occurred against the backdrop of this tumultuous history. It was the culmination of years of political rivalry, clan warfare, and unchecked power, all leading to a day that would mark one of the darkest moments in Philippine history. At the heart of the massacre was the Ampatuan clan, one of the most powerful political families in the region. The Ampatuans had dominated Maguindano politics for years, using both legal and extra-legal means to maintain their power. They ruled with an iron fist, and anyone who stood in their way was quickly silenced. In 2009, Andal Ampatuan sought to secure his son, Andal Ampatuan Jr., as the next governor of Maguindano. However, their political rival, Esmil Toto Manguindano, decided to challenge them, setting the stage for a bloody confrontation. On November 23, 2009, Maguindano sent his wife, sisters, lawyers, and a group of 32 journalists to file his certificate of candidacy for governor. Knowing the threat posed by the Ampatuans, Maguindano believed the presence of women and journalists would protect the convoy. He was tragically wrong. Along a remote stretch of road in Sisya Masale, Ampatuan town, the convoy was intercepted by over 100 armed and loyal to the Ampatuan clan. What happened next would send shockwaves through the world. 58 people, including 32 journalists, were brutally killed. Their bodies were hastily buried in shallow graves, some still inside their vehicles, while others were scattered across the site. The massacre was discovered later that same day. Shocked authorities unearthed a scene of unimaginable horror, bodies piled into makeshift graves, many of the victims disfigured beyond recognition. This was no simple political killing. It was a display of power, a message sent to anyone who dared oppose the Ampatuan dynasty. The brutality of the massacre shocked the world, and for the families of the victims, it was a tragedy beyond comprehension. Among the dead were journalists, men and women, who were there to document the filing of Maguindano's candidacy, making it one of the deadliest attacks on press freedom in history.
2009, a group of gunmen working for a powerful political clan in the southern Philippines herded everyone in the convoy to a hilltop and executed them. 58 people were killed. 32 of them were journalists. They were on their way to cover a local electoral event. They were shot multiple times and were buried in mass graves using a backhoe. The basic facts of the case are undisputed. The armed men were working for the powerful Ampatuan clan. State forces were also implicated.
They shot my wife 17 times. They shot her on her breast, her private part. Such unimaginable cruelty. My siblings were killed too. We expect nothing more than conviction for all the major suspects, at the very least.
When it happened, we all thought that the brutality, that the magnitude of this crime would actually jolt government into acting, into stopping the killing.
It was a violence that shocked the international community, and yet, 10 years on, not a single conviction has been made.
This is a case that has been complicated from the beginning, with over 200 suspects. Over 100 of them are in jail, but over 80 of the accused remain at large. The judge hearing the case has asked the Supreme Court for more time, and the High Court has granted her request, giving her until December 20 to render a decision.
Journalists and activists remember their slain colleagues. They hope for a conviction for all suspects. They say it will act like a beam of light at a time of political darkness. Two governments have come and gone, but the culture of impunity continues. Despite being threatened with their lives, Filipino journalists continue to hold the powerful accountable with courage and conviction. Jamela Alindogan, Al Jazeera, Manila.
Following the massacre, attention turned to the perpetrators. All evidence pointed to the Ampatuans, and within days, Andal Ampatuan Jr., the primary suspect, surrendered to authorities. However, the case quickly became more complex. As many as 197 individuals were implicated in the massacre, including members of the Ampatuan family, police officers, and local government officials. The investigation revealed a web of corruption, with many of those responsible holding key positions in law enforcement and local government. Despite the overwhelming evidence, bringing the perpetrators to justice would prove to be a long and arduous process. The legal battle that followed became one of the most high-profile and complex cases in Philippine history. For years, the families of the victims fought for justice, while the Ampatuans used their wealth and influence to delay the proceedings. Numerous witnesses were intimidated or killed, and key evidence went missing. Finally, after a decade-long trial, in December 2019, Andal Ampatuan Jr., along with several family members, was convicted of multiple counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison. However, many others implicated in the crime remain free, and the fight for full justice continues.
They are hereby convicted and sentenced to suffer the penalty of imprisonment of reclusion perpetua without paroles pursuant to RA 9346.
Medyo hindi rin maalis sa amin ng mga mba at parang panghinaan na rin ng loob na ituloy yung laban. Pero kahit naman po paano, naitawid namin yung 10 taon na pinaglaban talaga namin yung kaso na buo at walang bumiti.
Most of the time we get miscarriages of justice. And this is the rare victory where we find actually powerful people, real powerful people, actually brought to account.
Among those deeply affected by the massacre were journalists who lost colleagues and friends in the attack. The massacre became a rallying cry for press freedom in the Philippines, a country where journalists are often targeted and silenced. The massacre not only highlighted the dangers journalists face, but also the broader issues of political violence and corruption in the Philippines. It served as a wake-up call for many, inspiring a movement toward greater accountability and reform. Despite its dark history, Maguindano is a place of immense beauty and resilience. The people of Maguindano are known for their strength, their rich cultural traditions, and their warm hospitality. The province is home to some of the most stunning landscapes in the Philippines, from pristine beaches to lush green mountains. Visitors to Maguindano will find a land that has been shaped by both conflict and hope. Its people, proud and resilient, continue to move forward, welcoming tourists to explore the rich heritage and natural beauty that this province has to offer. The Maguindano Massacre was a tragedy of unparalleled proportions, but it also served as a turning point. It exposed the deep flaws in the Philippine political system, the culture of impunity, and the dangers that come with unchecked power. But from this tragedy, a call for change emerged. The massacre reminded the world of the importance of justice, press freedom, and accountability. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Maguindano Massacre and its lasting impact. If you found this story insightful and want to hear more about other chilling true crime cases, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss an episode.